All right, today we're going to dive into something called the energy matrix. It's a really cool framework that might just change how you think about your day-to-day energy levels. We're going to break down how you can stop feeling so drained and, actually start recharging your body, your mind, and even your spirit.
So let's start with a feeling I'm pretty sure we all know way too well. You've had one of those days, right? You've been at your desk all day long, you didn't run a marathon or anything, but by 5 o'clock you feel completely wiped out. So what's going on there? The answer is actually a lot more interesting than you might think, and it goes way beyond just how much sleep you got last night.
You could say we're in a sort of hidden energy crisis, and it's one that another cup of coffee just isn't going to solve. See, we usually feel so drained because we think of our energy as this one single fuel tank. But what if I told you we actually have 4 different tanks to keep an eye on?
And that is the absolute key right there. Our total energy isn't just this one big thing. It's a dynamic mix of different sources, and each one has its own unique needs. Just understanding this is the first real step to managing our vitality and, honestly, avoiding burnout.
So here they are. These are the 4 distinct types of energy we're juggling every single day. We've got our physical energy, which is all about our body's health. Then there's mental energy, our ability to focus. After that, emotional energy, which is all about our feelings and our connections with others. And finally, spiritual energy, which ties into our sense of purpose.
So this is where it gets really practical. The core of this whole matrix idea is super simple. For each of these 4 energies, certain activities act as drains, while others act as rechargers. And our goal? It's pretty straightforward. Minimize the drains and maximize the rechargers. Let's break down what that actually looks like.
Okay, let's kick things off with the one we probably think of the most. Physical energy is all about the state of our body, but how we manage it or mismanage it might actually surprise you.
So get this, the biggest drain on our physical energy during a typical workday isn't hard labor, it's just sitting still for hours on end. That prolonged sedentary behavior totally tanks our circulation and our active attention. But the recharge isn't some 2-hour gym session. Nope, it's as simple as an active micro break. We're talking 5 minutes of stretching or walking every hour to get the body re-energized.
All right, next up is our mental energy. This is our capacity for focus, creativity, and solving problems. It's a totally finite resource, and honestly, we tend to misuse it all the time.
Just look at the drain here. Switch tasking. You know exactly what this is. It's when you're constantly jumping from an email to a notification to another task and back again. It absolutely demolishes our concentration. The recharge for that is something called deep work, actually carving out protected blocks of time totally free from distractions so you can truly focus.
Now let's move on to emotional energy. This is all about the quality of our feelings and our day-to-day interactions with other people. It's incredibly powerful, but you know what? It's also really fragile.
A negative environment, one that's filled with mistrust, fear, or judgment, is a massive emotional drain. It just depletes our internal reserves. So what's the recharge? It comes from things like recognition and gratitude, a culture where successes are actually celebrated and people feel genuinely appreciated. That fills the tank right back up.
Okay, the final piece of this puzzle is our spiritual energy. And no, this isn't about religion. It's really about our connection to a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in the things we do every day.
And here you can see the powerful drain that comes from doing work that just feels pointless, or even worse, goes against your core values. It is profoundly depleting. The ultimate recharge, then, is connecting to your purpose, really knowing why your work matters and who it helps. That's the fuel that keeps you going when things get really tough.
So how do we take this from just being a cool idea in our heads to something bigger? Because look, knowing what drains your energy isn't really enough if your entire environment is constantly working against you.
The real goal here is to build these insights into actual rituals, both for yourself and for your team. This means creating a culture where taking 10 minutes to go for a walk isn't seen as wasting time, but as a crucial investment in the quality and creativity of everyone's work. Just think about this for a second. It's so true. Whether it's positive or negative, the energy you bring into a room completely impacts everyone around you. It's like a ripple effect.
And this is especially true for leaders. When a leader actively protects their own spiritual energy, that sense of purpose we talked about, it sets the tone for the entire team. That creates a resilient environment where everyone can handle daily stress just a little bit better and stay energized.
So I'll leave you with this question. It doesn't have to be some massive, life-altering change. Maybe it's just a 5-minute walk every hour. Or maybe it's turning off notifications for just one block of deep work. What is the one small ritual you can start today to begin moving from draining to recharging?